I expect it to be fierce because I know all three guys. I don't expect anyone to take a back seat. The challenge is from a structure standpoint, man. Are we providing enough of a platform for all the guys to show what they're capable of? And so that's going to be the challenge component of it. I'm excited about watching these guys compete, man, just like I am at any position where you got some viable options. And so, we'll proceed with that understanding that, it's going to be challenging from an organization standpoint, but it's a good challenge, and I'm excited about watching those guys perform.
That's Kevin Colbert and Mike Tomlin with PFT, PM, and Rich Eisen, respectively. Like, Michael, going back to an argument as Chris Sims joins us, going back to the argument we had a while ago, isn't Mitchell Trubisky just the perfect person to have a quarterback competition with? But that should be Kenny Pickett's job. And, Chris, one of the things that we were talking about a couple of days ago after the draft, man, it's our first time talking to you post-draft, is that, obviously the quarterbacks in the league wasn't really high on this quarterback class, and they all fell, and one guy went in the first round. Honestly, man, they all landed in such prime situations, whether that's Howell with the Commanders, whether that's Corral with the Panthers, whether that's Ritter with the Falcons, and whether that's Willis with the Titans, who we'll get to in a moment with that story. But first and foremost, Kenny Pickett. Like, this dude is walking into a situation where he probably should win Offensive Rookie of the Year going away. Like, doesn't have the greatest offensive line, but got Najee Harris behind him, got a receiver room that now includes George Pickens and Calvin Austin draft picks, and a defense to lean upon, and just infrastructure. How perfect, besides the fact that he stays in Pittsburgh, we know that's a fairy tale story, but how perfect is this setup for Kenny Pickett, and for that matter, the rest of this rookie quarterback class, given the circumstances that they landed in?
Yeah, well, I think that's why we saw them drop, right? Because I think there was only a few number of teams that were really in the quarterback market. So once they didn't get drafted in the first round, they were like, wait, there's only a few teams here that we actually want quarterbacks, and we got more quarterbacks than teams that actually need them. I think that was part of it. Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh, it's a little bit like the Aiden Hutchinson, to the Detroit Lions. It's just perfection in a lot of ways for both sides. Yeah, we know they know each other, sure. But yeah, leader to be Rookie of the Year certainly would probably be the guy that I would probably, if I had a bet right now, would be him. He's pro ready. He's a quarterback. We know if you win and you're the starting quarterback as a rookie, more times than not, you've got a good chance to win Rookie of the Year, unless there's somebody like a Jamar Chase that comes on the scene and just sets the world on fire.
Yeah.
But, I think that's what we look at with Pickett. Pickett, to me, was poor man's Mac Jones. That's really what he was. A guy that's a pro. He's ready. He's going to get in his first meeting in the first training camp and understand all the things he needs to do to be a professional. And he ran a pro offense in college. So he's going to be able to get on the field and feel comfortable there. And I also, within that, okay, so he's ready. And to your point, Michael Smith, I think Pittsburgh thinks hey, we're not rebuilding. We're ready still. They're not looking at it oh, wow, this is a total rebuild. You said it right. The offensive line's got some pieces. They're getting better. Freiermuth at tight end. The two receivers,
forgot about
Minka, TJ Watt.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. So they're not that far off. And I think that's why the knowledge of him and where they are as a team, it made a lot of sense.
Well, actually, speaking of knowledge, Michael, let me go to your wheelhouse, your other wheelhouse, your back wheelhouse, Bill Cowher. I'm not saying that this dude's going to the Hall of Fame. And I ain't saying he's as good as Roethlisberger was coming out of Miami of Ohio. One could argue whether or not this Steelers supporting cast or this team is as good as the Steelers were when they got Roethlisberger. But doesn't it kind of sort of feel like the 04 Steelers when Roethlisberger came in as a rookie and at that point had one of the best rookie seasons in NFL history because he was able to kind of come into this just ready-made situation and they go 15-1. Again, not saying this team goes 15-1, but do you see the similarities there, Michael?
I can see it. I wonder if they'll handle it this way, though. Because with Roethlisberger, as you guys remember, he's drafted in the first round, high in the first round, and he was told immediately, you're going to be the third stringer. You're going to be the third stringer. This is going to be a redshirt year. The job belongs to Tommy Maddox.
Tommy Maddox, yes.
Maddox.
So is Trubisky Tommy Maddox?
Roethlisberger was drafted too.
Is Trubisky maybe Tommy Maddox in this case?
Charlie Batch is a backup.
That's
so
Mason
Maddox
Rudolph.
starts the season. Batch gets hurt. And then Roethlisberger goes in there, and then he never gave the job up again. So I think the similarity I like, Chris, is that Roethlisberger, and they had the brakes on him, man. They really did. They were like, don't look at that side of the field. No, there's nothing good over there for you. Run this play. Don't audible. Do this. But the point to him was, this is not your team. Do what we tell you to do. Keep this thing going. Don't turn the ball over.
Yep.
We'll be in pretty good shape. I can see it. What do you think, Chris? Do you think that even as a rookie, Kenny Pickett is capable of doing something like that?
Definitely. First off, Pittsburgh's one of those teams that just when you doubt them, I mean, that's when Mike Tomlin just thrives. I mean, just think about, a few years ago. I mean, they were in the playoff race with Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph playing like below average quarterback play. And we're going, whoa, they're still involved in this. This is crazy. Or even the last 2 years, it was crazy. I mean, we know you guys saw the quarterback play.
Go ahead, do it. I know you want to do it.
It wasn't good. It wasn't pretty.
Go ahead, rip him.
So this is to me, again, I think Ben Roethlisberger, when he got drafted by Pittsburgh, yes, I see some of those similarities for sure. I don't think Kenny Pickett's as talented as Ben Roethlisberger, but he's more ready to go day one than Ben Roethlisberger as far as running the offense, knowing checks, how to go to the right place with the ball and all that. I really think it'll be a real competition. Mike Tomlin will say all the things and say the three-headed monster. It's between Mitchell Trubisky and Kenny Pickett. We know what Mason Rudolph is. He's a backup quarterback, period. Trubisky has talent and more talent than maybe we all want to give him credit for. But I think he's going to have to, for lack of a better phrase, probably show his ass and really kick ass during training camp and the preseason to win the job for Kenny Pickett.
Lack of a better phrase. What better phrase is that? But
that's the best phrase. You're right. That's just the best phrase out there.
Keeping with this theme, though, with whether it's Maddox to Roethlisberger or in Tennessee, look, it's not a first-round pick, so it's not the same threat level as the guys we're talking about. But Malik Willis in Tennessee. A lot of to-do about Ryan Tannehill saying the quiet part out loud. That ain't his job to mentor Malik Willis. What obligation does he have? I don't understand why anybody would have a problem with somebody saying it is not my contractual obligation nor my moral obligation to train and develop my replacement. Because, there's something to be said for being a professional and helping somebody, if they seek help, if they ask a question, answering it honestly. There's a huge middle ground between, hey, let me groom you to be my younger, cheaper replacement, which we know the math here. That ideally, in a perfect world, the Titans would love that, and slashing your tires or giving you a fake playbook and undermining your development. There's a huge middle ground there. All Ryan Tannehill has to do is be the best quarterback he can be, and if Kenny Pickett picks up off of that, great. Excuse me, not Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis picks up off of that, great. So I don't know, Chris, if you have a mentoring story from your career or maybe you experienced it, maybe you saw it. But I thought Kurt Warner, who I love, was real hypocritical. And like, dude, you're retired. You didn't like it when Eli Manning, was drafted to take your job, or Matt Leinart for that matter, in Arizona. It's like, where does anybody get off telling Ryan Tannehill how he should handle his maybe heir apparent as a third-round pick?
I'm with you. I mean, first off, it's a business. It's competition. Yeah, they're on the same team. There's only one quarterback that can play on the field at the same time. I mean, it's not. He doesn't have to babysit or give the guy every clue in the world on every play. No, I know. Listen, I'm one that would sit there and go, man, I would love to hear what Eli Manning and Matt Leinart have to say about Kurt Warner. Did Kurt share every detail of knowledge he had with them? That's one thing, and if he did, that's great, and he went above and beyond. But Ryan Tannehill just don't be a jerk. That's the only thing, and he won't be.
Right.
If Malik Willis asks a question, he's going to answer it. But yes, the thing you do, like I did with Brad Johnson when I got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was I just watched everything he did. I didn't even want him to ask him too many questions because I didn't want to annoy him. I knew he had more important things. So I just was like, okay, that's what he's doing. All right, he gets here then, and then he looks at the playbook, and then he watches some film, and then we go to the meeting. Okay, I'm going to start doing that too. And I just started to follow, and you learn that way. And then you'll learn other things and other tricks of the trade as it goes along. People making way too big of a deal about it. No doubt about it. I agree.
Yeah,
but
so
I will say to your point too, Michael Smith, I mean, Yeah, like Ryan Tannehill, this is different too. This is not like old guy quarterback passing it to, inevitable young guy is going to take over the torch here. This is where it's a little different. This is a guy that's at the end of the prime of his career and has played really good and had a crappy playoff game that left a bad taste in all our mouths. And then you got Malik Willis, who was talked about in the first round. And yes, it ended up being the third round. But I still think it's a pick that's kind of puts Ryan Tannehill on notice to go, you better play really good this year because we got a guy here that a lot of teams thought was a first-rounder and has got first-round talent. And if you kind of trip up, he could be the future here real soon.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Can I just say, okay, I need more receipts from Shady McCoy. We saw that tweet from him. Oh, don't call yourself a good teammate. And I need receipts from Kurt Warner because there are different types of mentors, right? We all have mentors or all have been mentors. I'll bet if Kurt Warner, after his MVP season, I think the Rams drafted Ryan Fitzpatrick at some point. I don't know if Warner was gone by that point.
Oh, yeah.
But okay, let's just pretend that they're on the roster at the same time. They may not have been. But Ryan Fitzpatrick was a 7th round pick, I think. And Kurt Warner was MVP. Okay, yeah, you might mentor that guy because he's not a threat. There's no way that Kurt Warner is going to mentor somebody who the organization has brought in to replace him. I'm just sorry. I just don't think I think that's dishonest. If he's saying he will do it,
him? Push him.
I don't believe him.
Compete.
Right.
Like they ought to compete. You compete with him. You push him.
Yeah,
you show him the lead by example.
I don't think Tom Brady was holding Jimmy Garoppolo's hand and going, Jimmy, let me teach you every trick so you could steal my job. Right? Like, get the hell out of here with that. First off, and if I was Ryan Tannehill's shoes, my answer would have been the same thing. Like, hey, I love Malik Willis. It's cool he's here. I'm gonna beat his butt every day in practice. And if he's got some questions and want to learn, then so be it. It's not personal. Come on.
Chris, I thank you for bringing up Brady and Garoppolo. I got an even better one for you. From the horse's mouth, Brady and Drew Bledsoe. Bledsoe did act as a mentor.
I know.
You know why? He said it. I didn't think this guy was any good. He was like, nice little smart guy, backup. He said, you know what? He said on the record, he said, I thought he'd be Jason Garrett. I'm Troy Aikman. He's Jason Garrett. He's not really. He's not going to push me. But then once Brady took his job, okay, it's a little distance there. It was not a sweet, oh my, good for you.
Oh, yeah, this is so great. No doubt about it. I know.
There's one more topic we got to tackle, which we were talking about earlier. If you need to know what a cutthroat business is, not that we got to tell you, Chris Sims, look no further than Cleveland. Okay, former #1 pick, first playoff win in 26 years. He struggles badly this year, as does the entire team. They missed the playoffs. He's the quarterback until he isn't. And then when they were initially out of the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, it's like, no, we're not trading you. Yeah, we flirted. Yeah, we've been having a wandering eye since the season for 5 months, as Andrew Berry eventually acknowledged. But you're still our quarterback. Oh, now we got Deshaun Watson? Okay, we're going to try to trade you. Oh, nobody wants your contract in a pick? Oh, we're going to squat on you. We're going to hold you hostage. How effed up is that? And congratulations to me for catching myself for once in my life. But how messed up is that, Chris Sims? That they hold this dude hostage. I don't even like Baker Mayfield like that. I don't even like him like that, but this is messed up.
I hear you. You're keeping it real. I mean, that's the real part of this. And I think it's been lost a little bit in translation. You know, we got, a lot of things happened this offseason. Watson got signed by them, a brand new big contract we've never seen before. And I think within that whole process, and this is something Florio and I talked about a little bit on Monday on PFT because it kind of came up out of nowhere. And I was like, I want to get this off my chest, like a little bit. Like, I mean, like I was like, wait, everybody, Cleveland absolutely screwed over Baker Mayfield. I mean, screwed him over about as bad as you could screw over a player. And really, and in all honesty, I mean, it's as bad as it gets, in my opinion, for treating a guy like you just laid it out. #1 pick of your franchise. He's been a steadfast leader. Hey, maybe not perfect, I get that, but he competes and wants to win, and he plays hurt. And okay, it hasn't always been perfect, and there's the coaching changes and all that. But, like, I do a little bit, like, put Cleveland in the Packers category of, like, what the hell did you think was going to happen? Huh? Like, did you not know who Baker Mayfield was?
About the Jordan Love draft pick?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, same thing. So you knew that was going to disgruntle him. So then you do that. Oh, and then you just thought you were going to be able to stop flirting with Deshaun Watson, and he was just going to, it's all roses and we're all good and we're best buddies again. I mean, you really thought that was going to happen? I don't even know Baker Mayfield like that, but I could have told you this is the way it was going to go down once the Deshaun Watson rumor started. But then do that, and then, like you said, then, Watson says he's not going there, and they're like, Baker Mayfield's our quarterback again. And then they realized he didn't want to go there, and so they cornered themselves and had to make a huge, big-time contract offer that we've never seen ever before.
Right.
And now they're going to continue the screwing over of the guy. Late in the process, all the seats are filled. He didn't get a chance to ever get to the seats while they were open. They screwed him over big time. Let me ask you this real quick.
Let me ask both of y'all this real quick. So, now they're in limbo as they wait to see how hard the league comes down on Deshaun Watson. We talked about this the other day, Michael. The Trevor Bauer situation may impact that from an optic standpoint to both of you.
Right.
Is there any chance in hell that they now expect, I know he's got a contract for $18.8 million, but expect Baker Mayfield? Didn't they sign Jacoby Brissett as the backup to Deshaun Watson in case of suspension or whatever? Like, is there a world, do they really expect us to believe there's a world in which Baker Mayfield comes back to Cleveland?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm like, there's a part of me, I'm like with Holly too. I'm like, are they really thinking if he gets suspended for a year that Baker's going to come back and is going to be the starter and do that? I don't know either. Stefanski this week talked about the quarterback room and he likes the three they got. I'm sure he doesn't want to deal with that disaster. I'm sure he doesn't. I almost took that as like, we got three here and I'm trying to get them reps so they can play. I felt like he was talking to the front office like, I don't want to deal with Baker Mayfield back here. It's going to be a huge issue. You're setting
everybody up for failure. You're setting everybody up for failure.
Exactly right. It's a tough one. And to me, I mean, Seahawks, maybe the Saints are another team I look at. But either way,
if you got to pay him anyway, get any kind of pick you can and attach conditions to it. It shouldn't be that complicated.
Look, hey, a week or two more, if I'm Baker Mayfield, I'm doing what you said, Michael Smith. I'm starting to show up at the facility every day.
No, that was Holly.
Let's work out.
Let's do the Steve
McNair.
Some weights.
Let me squat 500 pounds, and if I hurt myself, you guys owe me $18 million. That's what I would start doing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just trying to be a good teammate.
Oh, man.
Just trying to,
trying to do my job. Trying to get better.
I'm trying to get better,
Coach.
Boss.
Right.
Call a press conference, Be like, what time's the press conference? When am I meeting with the media? Tony Garusi?
What's for lunch?
Mary Kay Cabot?
What's for lunch?
Hey, Deshaun. Deshaun, good to see you, buddy. Let me show you around.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.